What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Vikings, and obviously a pretty bad loss. But I thought our defense played fairly well. Our offense put us in some pretty bad positions, and the fact that we weren't really generating any kind of offense really made it tough. Because, like I said, I thought our defense played fairly well. Kirk Cousins, 20 for 30, 175 yards, and 2 touchdowns, nothing crazy. Dalvin Cook didn't have a crazy day either. 13 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown, and a lot of that was on bigger runs. Justin Jefferson had, Justin Jefferson's good enough where he's going to get his 6 catches, 107 yards, no touchdowns. Adam Thielen, 4 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown, and Irv Smith did get a touchdown as well, but for the most part, against a pretty solid offense and a good team, I thought our defense played well. I just think our offense needed to do a lot better. So, all right, let's, for some reason, it skipped the play. They're going to get Thielen in motion, bootleg. That's just a really good throw from Kirk. And you're not really expecting Melvin Ingram to do amazing in coverage there. Let's try to run the ball here. Andrew Van Ginkel does a very good job setting the edge here. He's going to control this. Actually, he just sheds the tight end. Him and Jerome Baker fill up that gap so he has nowhere to go to make a clean tackle. Can't get much better than that. So, first of all, the coverage was pretty good. No one was really that open. Justin Jefferson, they did enough to at least make this a tough throw. But the big thing was the pressure. Is that that's Emmanuel Agba. Yeah, he just bench pressed that dude. That's Ed Ingram. All right. That's the end of that drive. Is that Jalen Phillips? I think he just tripped. Yeah. I don't think that was an intentional tripping thing. Is that Christian Wilkins? No. It's Brandon Jones. So he's going to go through the gap between, I think, Agba and Christian Wilkins, and he just kind of trips over Brandon Jones' foot. I do think it is a good no call. I do not think it was intentional. Once again, Andrew Van Ginkel does a good job shedding this tight end and playing some control so he can't just go upfield. He's not quite athletic enough to properly make this tackle. But Jerome Baker takes a good angle, forces him to the sideline for a minimal gain. Van Ginkel's been kind of quiet this year. Damn. Let's take a look at the other view here. And we might stick with this view for a little bit. Yeah, it's straight flowers. Him and Jalen Phillips have a bit of a stunt. Ed Ingram doesn't pick him up properly. Him and Jalen Phillips, it turns into the center having to stop both of them. Damn. That ain't good for your health. See, I do like that view, but I also like being able to see the receivers and stuff. I like being able to see the whole thing. I have seen people saying that, you know, they like the end zone view where we get to see a little bit closer up with the line and stuff like that. But you can't see the greater picture of what's going on. That's where I miss how Game Pass used to be, where like each play they just had both views rather than me having to switch between them. Because realistically, you're going to throw the ball more than you run it. And now I get to see the blanket coverage that we're doing. Not just where they throw the ball, but across the board. We did do a good job of collapsing the pocket, too. One, two, three. Actually, he had time, but that was more on the coverage. A tackle by Xavier Howard there. Well, on the line, Christian Wilkins, that's a nice little swim move right here. Ed Ingram kind of had a rough day, huh? And is that Raekwon Davis just fucking... Oh my god, that cloth pull. Oh yeah, we got to look at that from the other view. That cloth pull is disgusting. Johansson side. Oh. He trips, but boy, I love a good cloth pull. And see, I was able to see that cloth pull from this view, but from the other view, I wouldn't be able to see what the corners are doing at all. Look at Brandon Jones reading Kirk Cousins' eyes. Kirk Cousins never... I don't even think he ever looks to the right side of the field. He doesn't. He stares this down, and Brandon Jones sees it. Goes and jars that ball out. Reading the quarterback's eyes doesn't always have to lead to a pick. All right, if we have a run and then a sack, I may as well go into the other view. Boy, that got blurry as shit, didn't it? Or a little counter. Manu Agba. I think that's Agba. Yeah. He's going to squeeze. Blow up the tight end. I think that's Agba that makes the tackle. It's kind of hard to tell. That's horrid. This is too. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's take a look at Jalen Phillips first. Why is he... I think Jalen Phillips was supposed to be a read here. Oh, my God. So the tight end kind of chips him. And then this tight end pulls and is supposed to... Oh, my... This is terrible. That is terrible for him. He just tried to lay him out. Alright, who's the interior rusher? Okay, Landon Roberts just sees what's going on. Okay. And ran free. Okay. That's fair. So Noah Igbenogany's out there now. He's kind of hard to miss with all that orange. He actually played decently. He had like one really bad play at the PI, but I think it. Good tackle. Good. Yeah, pretty good coverage across the board. No one majorly open. Pass rush is getting there. Darrisaw. Oh my God, Darrisaw's getting his lunch money taken, bro. He stopped his feet so bad. Ezra Cleveland had to come help him. He had to dump it off. Good job by Nick Needham going down to make that tackle. All right. Let's go to this drive. All right, get Justin Jefferson in motion. Xavier Howard's following him. Single high man-to-man. I don't always point out the coverages. So this is something I kind of said on Twitter. It's something I'm just kind of thinking about doing. Because sometimes when I'm seeing this single high man-to-man coverage, I see it in my head, and I don't always say it. And even if I say it, I don't always explain what I'm meaning by some of these things, because I just assume that if you're watching my videos, you probably are pretty big into football if you're interested in videos like these. So I just assume most people know what I'm talking about. But when I say like cover 2, cover 3, Tampa 2, I just kind of take it for granted that people probably know what I'm talking about. But I'm thinking about making a series where I'll do here and there videos of just like basic football concepts and like how to beat them, like what the difference is. Like I might start with like a cover 0 because the Dolphins do that a lot. What a cover 0 is, what its strengths are, what its weaknesses are, stuff like that. And just kind of work my way up. I'll probably do offense and defense. It's just something I kind of thought of. I don't know when I'll start doing that. It'd be definitely a good thing to do, like after the draft and before training camp, where there really isn't a whole lot of content. But I might start sprinkling it in here soon. Just kind of something I thought about. But anyway, let's go. And that's where Nick Needham got hurt. I haven't seen the reports on him yet. Pretty clean pocket. It's actually pretty good coverage, actually across the board. That's a pretty tough route to cover in man. Nick Needham's right there with him, but Thielen makes a good catch. Hopefully Nick is okay, though. Gonna need him. All right. So we're more of a cover 3 now. Melvin Ingram doesn't really see it fast enough. Doesn't see what Thielen's going. Plus, when you're doing cover 3, the flats are typically where you want to attack. And the bootleg keeps Kirk Cousins out of harm's way. It's a good throw. And typically, deep over the middle isn't really usually where you want to attack a cover 3, but a good throw will make that not matter sometimes. No play action. Van Ginkel kind of trips there. Actually, not a tight end, just okay. Good release from the tight end. Solid tackle though by Brandon Jones. So, single high man-to-man. What the fuck happened here? There was a massive confusion with this bunch formation here. So, Eric Rowe takes Irv Smith, like predicted. I mean, it's the safety against the tight end. That makes sense. But Xavier Howard, and I can't tell who the other guy is. Is that Bethel? Or, no, I think that's Keon Crossan. They end up running into each other. Looks like Xavier Howard was... Actually, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is he trying to cover Hunter? I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But they're confused. That looks like a Madden glitch. It's just a good throw. Good release. Keon Crossan reacts late. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. All right, we've got a sack. Then we're going to look at it from the other view. No, he just runs free. Okay. Looked like Garrett Bradbury was kind of confused about who was rushing. Yeah, he tried to go for Raekwon Davis, the defensive tackle, but he ends up dropping back into coverage. Ed Ingram gets occupied by Christian Wilkins. I think this was supposed to be Dalvin Cook. That's supposed to take Landon Roberts. Typically, if you're the running back, you want to try to block the interior rusher first, because at least if, I think this is Jerome Baker, if he's rushing, at least that gives Kirk Cousins at least some sort of time because he's got further to run. But Landon Roberts is already in his face. So that's what that is. It's a well-blocked screen. They move Irv Smith, the tight end, over so he can be over here to help block this screen. He takes care of this DB. This lineman's going to come up and block him. Yeah, it's just really well blocked. Makes that a tough throw. Pass rush is there. Coverage is solid. All right, what's going on the interior? There's some pass rush that forces the issue here. Is it Melvin Ingram? No. It's a stunt from Jalen Phillips. So, starting off at Melvin Ingram, he's going to give Ezra Cleveland a move to the inside to make him hesitate and then go back out. And that draws his attention this way. So that's one of the contributing factors. Raekwon Davis takes Garrett Bradbury to the right, and that also makes him locked up with Ed Ingram. That just allows Jalen Phillips to just use his speed to get through there. Doesn't get the sack, but he gets the pressure, which is just as important. It'll be more of a discussion when I get to the offense, but the penalties, man, that's something we gotta fix. And we have had issues on defense with penalties too this year. Like I said, Noah's very hard not to notice. Yeah, Melvin Ingram kind of gets bullied a little bit there. Only rushing 3, just blocking the end zone. I don't mind that. Just make sure everybody's covered. Kirk ain't really going to run on you like that and do anything crazy. But if so, you got guys. Just let him take the field goal at that point. I don't hate that. That was, yeah, that was after the interception. Let me see. Want to bet that, I know we're not looking at the offense right now. Yeah, sure enough, it won't let me look at the interception. The NFL Plus is fucking whack. Yeah, these were the back-to-back plays from Christian Wilkins. I remember this. Yeah, I got to look at this from the other view, man. Both of them. We were needing a defensive stop, too. And like I said, this defense played crazy. But look at the field position they're starting with again. You know, like a turnover on downs, an interception. The fumble already happened? No. No, the fumble was later. Yeah, fumble was in the fourth quarter. And then another interception. Like, we kept fucking them over. And even when we were punting, like a lot of times our defense was in some bad spots. That's not even Thomas Morstead's fault. He did a good job, but we just weren't moving on offense. Ed Ingram had a rough day against Christian Wilkins, man. He actually never really gets a hand on him. I feel like the tackle was supposed to at least put a hand on Christian Wilkins until Ed Ingram could get there. Or maybe he's supposed to be the read and they don't expect Christian Wilkins to be athletic enough to make that tackle. I don't know. Ed Ingram definitely seemed to be trying to get there, but I feel like the tackle was supposed to put a hand on him or something. All right, so now lining him up with the center. Ed Ingram leaned super heavy. Jesus. And this is why I talk about like not leaning into your opponent. Christian Wilkins is going to easily swat you away, just push you out of his way, and just let your momentum carry you, and just go make the tackle. Watch a celebration. We needed those plays too, man. We really did. And they get a false start. We like those. Like, this drive started at the 33. And between the false start, which is 5 yards, and Christian Wilkins, we backed them out of field goal range. Our defense has played pretty bad this year, but I legitimately feel like if we would have had Tua this game, we would have buried the Vikings. We were clearly a better team, and I think we could have beaten them with what we had. But we shot ourselves in the foot a lot. We beat ourselves. This ain't good field position either. We're starting at the fucking 41. What happened here to cause this? They had negative -1 yard on this drive. This is what I'm saying. Because the field position battle is something that your problems kind of stack up on each other. Because they started on the 33 last drive. Our defense backed them up out of field goal range, which is great. But then they punt, which causes bad field position for our offense, because our offense was bad on the previous drive. So that when the Vikings punt, we're in bad field position again. It's just a continuous cycle. And then we go 3 and out again, and once again, we're in bad field position, no matter how good of a punt Thomas Morstead can do. Like, it's a vicious cycle. Good job from Emmanuel Agba here, though. Going to control the tight end. Control C-gap. Make the play. This is actually B-gap, not C-gap. Never mind. That's something I can explain, too. But just kind of briefly, if you look at the nose tackle, the gap to his left and right are the 2 A-gaps. The gap between Christian Wilkins and Emmanuel Agba and Zach Sealer, and I think that's Shaylin Phillips. Those are the B gaps, and then the C's are outside of Agba and Phillips, if you weren't aware. I feel like most of you guys probably know that, but hey, man, I don't judge. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and I don't know it all either. I'm still learning. Good job there by Noah. Just take it nice and close to Thielen. Swat that ball down. Everybody else in coverage was good, too. And because we were getting pass rush, they only have 3 receivers running routes. They weren't comfortable, having everybody running. They had to keep their tight ends and shit back to help block. Good coverage. Initially. Pass rush has got to get there, though. Let's see. When he gets the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 5 seconds is when he gets that ball out. I mean, luckily it ain't a first down because we tackled well, but... But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they started on our 33. We backed them up 7 yards. They punt, which means we started our 10. We go -1 yards. We punt again. So they start on their 41. Once again, good field position. We go 3 and out because we start from our 12. They start at the 49. Like, it's a vicious cycle. We continued putting our defense in bad situations. And they kept stepping up for us. Great coverage. And Kirk Cousins badly wanted to throw it to Noah. He badly wanted to give Noah Igbenogany a pick. Just as bad as Teddy wanted to give one to Patrick Peterson. But Patrick Peterson eventually got his. Yeah, and that's the thing. When we get fumbles like that, we got to fall on it. Great job by Zach Sealer punching that out. And great job getting off that the tackle there. But we got to finish. Yeah, this is the Raekwon Davis sack. Not something you see a whole lot. Getting sacks from your nose tackle. Granted, he's not just a nose tackle, but he's actually more or less lining up at 3-tech here. Sort of. He just fucking bull rushes at Ingram. It's a pretty bad feet there. Stops his feet, gets him too wide. Gives up his chest. Not really bending his knees that well. Oof. Oh, man. You got to give up ground slowly against Raekwon, one-on-one. He's strong. See, and finally our defense isn't starting like near the fucking 50. Some decent field position for once. Justin Jefferson's going to get his. The great player as well. Like I said, Noah just sticks out. Great job maintaining our gaps there. Nowhere for him to go. Across the board. Look at Noah getting physical. Ooh. And good job maintaining our gaps there, too. But Once again, this is a good trait of our defense. I've said time and time again, is I love how we all fly to the ball. He makes a tackle, and there's 4 Dolphins on him in an instant. Why did I think this was a 3-and-out play in the drive? No, this is one of the touchdown drives. My bad. I'm tripping. Let me go back to... Okay. And here's the thing, man. When we blitz all these guys and we don't get pass rush, like, he still has a solid amount of time. That's a decent pocket. And like I said, we do make a good tackle, but they do get the first. It's Xavier Howard, man coverage. Tries to press him. Doesn't flip his hips very fast. Wait, my bad. Right here. Ah, I see. That's a good route combo. So he's going to be going to the outside, and they're going to make Xavier Howard not able to press him. Oh, that's good play design. That forces Xavier Howard to stop his feet for just a second. So Justin, that's good play design. That's not even Xavier Howard's fault. I thought he just got beat. That's not the case. That's good play design. Good job by Kirk Cousins getting that over him. I would like to see one of these guys come down a little faster, but... yeah, they follow Irv Smith so that when he comes across the middle... Pass rush needs to get there, though, on the goal line. Rushing these many people. Thielen's coming all the way across the end zone. It's very hard to do in man. To cover in man. Pass rush has got to get there. Great tackle. I was looking at Noah there. Running with Thielen. He's not very aware of the play. He sees everybody else turning the other way. Good job by Brandon Jones. Thalen's going to find the hole in the zone there. Okay. Great play. That's Justin Bethel. Good job, Noah, stepping up and getting people lined up. Him and Javon Holland take these two. And Justin Bethel sees it immediately. And great tackle. Our young DBs really did step up this game big time. Yeah, these are both runs, so let's actually look at the other view. You can see what happened on that big run, too. 'Cause that's most of his yards. Like, Dalvin Cook really didn't have that good of a game. He just had one big run. For the most part, we kept him contained. We'll see what happened there. Jalen Phillips going to shed the tight end. Yep. Make a tackle. Actually, it's Landon Roberts that makes it. Comes from across the play. Deals with some trash, too. All right, let's see what causes this run. There's a pretty big gap. See, there kind of gets washed out the play. Jerome Baker had a shot at him. Not able to get there. Javon Holland had the best shot at him. Raekwon had a chance. Jalen Phillips definitely had a chance too. Right there. I think he thought he was tackled. Damn. A lot of people had a shot at that tackle. It was all kneels. Okay. So we don't need to watch that drive then. Okay. These are all runs. We can stick with the other view. Good job by Agba, controlling the tight end, shedding him when it's time. Good job by Atlanta Roberts squeezing, cutting off any run lanes. Zach Sealer. What does he do? What does he do to Ezra Cleveland here? Or is it? No, he's actually on a tackle. Darisaw. Hands inside. Oh man, he almost took him off his feet. Look at that. He almost lifted him off his feet, like a fucking child in an anime. that Agba? That's Christian Wilkins. And Jalen Phillips. Who squeezes. Nice. Alright. So, that'll be a punt from there, right? Yeah. And then just a couple of kneels, which I'm not going to watch. So like I said, overall, I thought the defense played quite well. The one touchdown drive, the Vikings just made good plays. Let's see. Punt. Like I said, this was a good drive from the Vikings. Punt, field goal, but they started at the fucking Dolphins 41, so bad field position. Punt, touchdown. This was a good drive from them too. This was pretty much because we had them contained, but this was just really good play design. The one big run. Yeah. So overall, I think our defense actually played okay. The Vikings made plays when they needed to, and we didn't on offense. I feel like if we had Tua, it would have been a little bit different, but I'm not going to make too many excuses because at the end of the day, we didn't play well offensively, and it wasn't just because of the quarterback play. The offensive line was terrible. The penalties were bad. I'll talk about it more when I do the offensive film session. But at the end of the day, we just didn't get it done. So, anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you'd like to, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.